This is embarrassing to the whole teaching profession. The fact that we continue to keep weeding out these cockroaches of human beings that are taking advantage of our children, man. And it's embarrassing because my mom was a teacher, and I hate hearing how you have these teachers who are taking advantage of students. It's really, really bad. I'm going to give this story in a condensed format, but before we get into the details, let me give you guys a disclaimer real quick about my type of content. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I don't want to come off as this holier than thou person or nothing like that, but I just, and it's just like, I've done things that I've gotten in trouble for legally and stuff. I've not been a great person. I've not been a perfect person. I haven't been a great father. I think I'm a good father, not a great father. There's a lot of room for improvement, but I feel like you have to strive to do the right thing all the time. And this ain't even close to one of those things. This is just flat out wrong, flat out need jail time. The mentality is just completely messed up here. So I'm not saying that you can't go look at my record and be like, oh, Jay was arrested for this and that. You know what I'm saying? Traffic violations, whatever the hell it is. You know, it's just, this type of thing is just way different when you talk about messing with our kids. This story coming from foxnews.com. Thank you so much for the article. A former Connecticut high school employee was arrested Tuesday for alleged sex acts with a 11-year-old boy. Let me say it again. Pray for our children. Pray for our children. An 11-year-old boy. For everybody who thinks that this only happens to little girls, pray for our boys too. Because I was telling somebody this the other day. I believe it's probably about a 50% ratio at this point for the amount of girls who are taken advantage of in a sexual way compared to boys. I'd almost be willing to calculate that number is probably close to about an even split. For all the things that are happening to girls, they're probably happening to boys too. 11 years old. And this occurred frequently in her car. Allison Credit, 42 years old. This freaking idiot on my screen got this jelly bean, this melted jelly bean face, weird looking chick, weird looking pedophile. That's what she is. Met up with the child on at least 14 occasions after the boy repeatedly sneaked out of his house late at night in 2022, a warrant obtained by Law and Crime. Let me say this about the parents. Kids can do sneaky things. 14 occasions. I might think that the parents might not be paying attention to your kids if they snuck out 14 goddamn times. That is an indictment on the parents. Maybe your kid sneaks out once at 11 because kids are very clever, kids are very smart. 14 times? I just don't think that you're watching your kids or paying attention the way that you should be. That's my opinion. But I'm just very harsh on parents. 14 occasions. The mother of two even made him a bracelet with the acronym, and y'all are not going to believe this. This is a different level of disgusting. She gave this boy a bracelet that said BFF LWB. Let me say it again. BFF LWB. Do y'all want to know what that stands for? A different level of special, a different level of nasty. Best friends for life with benefits. 42 years old. That means she's 2 years older than me. She's way old enough to be this child's parent. She's actually old enough to be a grandparent, believe it or not, to this 11-year-old baby. Hello. Look at the children over there on the right-hand side of the screen with the faces blurred out. Those children are closer proximity to her own child, to the child that she was taking advantage of in a sexual manner. Think about that for a moment. That's a lot to absorb. Gave him a bracelet, BFFLWB, best friends for life with benefits. That is clown behavior. Can y'all put y'all clown emojis in the chat, please? Let me type one in there for you, too. I got to put that clown emoji in there, please. If y'all can find the clown, type it in there, because that's what this fool is. The married educator told the boy on the messaging app Discord, which I don't use, I don't know nothing about Discord, nor do I care, to tell anyone who asks that the acronym stood for Best Friends for Life, for Life We're Better, the warrant alleges. The accused predator allegedly lured the boy from his home multiple times as late as 2 a.m. The depraved trice left him always tired, and Krennic supplied him with soda and energy drinks to keep him awake. Clown behavior. Type your clown emojis in there, please. The child told a family member about his sick chats with Krennic on Discord, iMessage, and on Snapchat. Krennic was an administrative assistant at E.O. Smith High School in Mansville when the relative reported the alleged sexual abuse to police on September the 7th. In a forensic interview, the boy said that Krennic had forced him to have sex with her and sexually assaulted him. The warrant said that the police reviewed more than 400 Discord messages that corroborated his account, including Krennic allegedly suggesting that the two shower together. In the message, police said that Krennic tried to emotionally manipulate him into spending time with her when he did not want to. State police interviewed Krennic, who allegedly downplayed any appropriate communication by claiming that she simply wanted to comfort him because he was scared, the warrant alleges. The exchanges inadvertently came off as flirtatious, she said, because she's a really nice person, according to police. She's not taking this serious at all. The warrant doesn't indicate how the two met, and the child doesn't appear to have been one of her students. Even weirder, predator. Krennic turned herself in on Tuesday on 2 counts of sexual abuse and 3 counts of risk of injury to a child. She was arrested again on Wednesday while detained, and more charges are likely pending. In a statement to CT Insider, E.O. Smith High School principal Lewis said that Krennic had been fired. So we can skip some of this other stuff. Let me give you guys the fair usage. I think I've said quite enough. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. If you guys would do me a favor and please click that thumbs up and share this video. I've got only a couple of news videos I'm going to play, so here we go.
Tonight at 5, we begin with a story you will only see here on 3. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Zinni.
And I'm Erin Connolly. A former school employee in 2 districts has been arrested. A 42-year-old woman is accused of sexually assaulting a young boy multiple times in Columbia.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Dylan Fearon was in court with her and has the horrifying details.
Is Allison your daughter? The charges seem pretty severe. If there's anything you'd like to say.
Allison Cranick's parents are silent as they drive away from the Rockville courthouse. Their daughter, who spent years around kids, arrested for allegedly having a 2-month sexual relationship with a young boy when he was 11 and 12 years old. Cranick was a paraprofessional in the Columbia School District and most recently an administrative assistant at E.O. Smith High in Mansfield. We were in the courtroom with Cranick and have her arrest warrant. Police interviewed the victim, who told them he and Cranick communicated on iMessage and Snapchat last year, and that he snuck out of his house on at least 14 occasions during the overnight hours to meet with Cranick. Police say she either waited by hiding behind a bush on a neighbor's property or walking up to his house. The young boy told police at Horace Porter School they had sexual intercourse in her vehicle. Parents at Horace Porter are too disturbed to comment tonight. Cranick was fired from E.O. Smith High after the state finished its investigation. Police also have hundreds of text messages between Cranick and the boy. Columbia's superintendent tonight says this is a horrific and appalling situation, adding that inappropriate contact with minors is disturbing and maintaining appropriate faculty-student relationships at all times is critical. Cranick's parents have come to Connecticut to try and bond her out. The judge said they have to pay 10% of $500,000 at the courthouse. That's $50,000. But it appears her family was hoping to bring her back to Pennsylvania, where she's from. The judge said if her family bonds her out, she has to stay in Connecticut. In Columbia, I'm Dylan Fear in Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
A teacher in Connecticut is behind bars, accused of having sex with an 11-year-old boy and giving him a bracelet that said best friends with benefits for life. And if you think you misheard me just now, you didn't. You heard me right. The boy was 11, and yes, police said she actually gave him that bracelet. Allison Cranick faces charges, including 2 counts of sexual assault. The crime was first reported back in September, and police said they investigated and found flirtatious and sexual messages on the boy's Snapchat and iMessages. Documents say the boy told police he sneaked out of his house 14 times last year and had sex with Cranick in her car at Horace Porter School. At that time, the boy was 11 and then turned 12. Police wrote in an arrest warrant that Cranick downplayed any messages she had with the student, and she claimed she was comforting him because he was having trouble at home. A judge told Cranick's parents they'd have to post 10% of her $500,000 bail so she could be released, and she can't leave the state of Connecticut.
I'm just sitting here thinking, it's an 11-year-old child. What is attractive about a baby? I don't get it. I don't understand it. But I guess the silver lining is that we can continue to expose pedophiles. And the fact that it's so rampant is just scary. It's like, who can you trust? You can't trust a teacher. You can't trust a parent. You can't trust a wife to not only not cheat on her husband, but to not sexually assault a baby. That to me is a special level of freaking disgusting. It's ridiculous. It's a shame. Thank you for posting that in the comments. I know that husband, man, filed for full custody. She should never, ever be able to be around kids again. She should never be able to see her kids again. She should never be able to be a mother again. She should get enough time in prison that her ovaries should dry up and fall apart. She should never be able to be around kids or produce kids ever again. I think that this type of thing, thank you. Pedos can't be rehabilitated. Y'all know I came up with that statement. I've never heard anybody say that before I started saying it. I don't think that they can be rehabilitated. So should she get a life sentence in prison? I don't know. But I think quite a bit of time in prison. Let me know what you guys think about this story. Pray for that kid. Pray for any other children that were probably affected that maybe they just haven't caught or just hadn't reported, hadn't said anything yet. Okay? But thank you guys so much for listening to the story. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.